So, another issue that we actually run into is like just not being able to take advantage of the time. Like, time just basically moving by very quickly and not being able to be fast enough to take advantage. So, for example, right now it's April and we have all these plans of we're gonna do so much in the next couple of months and we're gonna do such and such. It's always like this idea, and then the time goes by and you don't actually do anything. Nothing actually gets done. And the reason why nothing gets done is either because you didn't actually take the time to think about what it is you wanted to do. You didn't really come up with a plan. It was never something that you prepared. You just had these ideas, but you never really wrote them down and you never actually thought about it. And you're like, oh, I'm gonna do all these things. And in fact, nothing actually got done. And so what I'm saying is it can be kind of disappointing and frustrating, oh, I want to do all these things. And you see that happen all the time when people say, oh, this year I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, this summer I'm gonna do all these things, and then they don't actually do it, not for a lack of trying, more so because they were not even clear on what it is they wanted to do. They just didn't really know. And so they wake up and it's kind of like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. What I notice is that the human mind has a way of making you feel optimistic about doing something in the future. It's like, oh, okay, next year I'm gonna do this. Like next year I'm gonna do this. Next month I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna solve all these things, and I'm gonna lose weight, and I'm gonna get in shape, and I'm gonna make money. But when it's time to actually do it, you don't do it because it's two different skill sets. Saying you're gonna do something versus actually doing it. It's two different mechanisms, literally in your brain, right? The part of the brain that thinks about the future versus the part of the brain that has to execute in the moment. It's not the same, right? Like thinking about saying you're going to do all these things, that's easy. Actually waking up step by step, following the process one after the other, that is a much different approach. It's a much different process. So the part of the brain that is actually responsible for slowly, one day after another, focusing on something, getting it done, taking notes, actually following through, that is not the same. And that's why when you see the actual people that are successful in real life, you're like, well, you could see that they're not necessarily the smartest in terms of coming up with these ideas. Right? You can see that, okay, these guys are not necessarily the most intelligent, right? Strictly from an abstract point of view, understanding these things, but they are the ones who know how to follow through. They are the ones who know how to execute and how to take action. So that's why it's not the same. Yeah, the ones who know how to actually
But hey, what do y'all charge for game day parking when y'all open that up?
Oh, I don't work here. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The ones, the ones who know how to actually take action are the ones that are actually gonna solve it. It's not the other people. So that's what I was saying. It's not necessarily coming up with the idea as one thing, but actually getting it done is a whole different thing. And that's why you wake up and then, I'm gonna do all these things, 2 months go by, 3 months go by, it's not done. And you wonder why. I think part of it is not not knowing what you actually want to do. That is a key part of it, man. Like, if you don't really know exactly like what you want to do, then you can't, you know, you're not gonna do it. Like, you actually have to know. Yeah, like not knowing like when I say exactly, specifically, like what is the thing, not some abstract idea. Oh, I wanna build this thing and I wanna. It's like, okay, how exactly are you gonna do it? What's the plan? What's the step by step? The brain needs step by step instructions. Step by step. First I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do that, then I'm gonna follow through. You need that. If you don't have that, it won't get done. Just will not. And so that's sort of what I'm paying attention to, because this year, again, it feels quite good to be outside right now. I'm gonna take advantage of that. So I'm already preparing my weekends so that I don't necessarily have to work too much on the weekends, so I could have at least half the day where I can actually go out. I don't want to spend my entire weekend working. That's just not going to work. In order to sort of socialize and do some of the things that I mentioned yesterday, going out in the physical world, meeting people, doing all these things, the weekend is when I'm going to be able to do that. So therefore, I can't afford to do too much overtime on the weekend. I can do some overtime, a couple hours, and then the other thing is I'd have to actually get up early, which is something else I need to solve. I'd actually have to get up, let's say 9 a.m., 10 a.m. the latest, so that I actually have the time to go out in the weekend and make things happen. Yeah, but that's a key thing. Come up with a plan, but also step-by-step instructions, knowing exactly what you need to do.